I know it must be jarring to see snow when I am literally editing this in May. But hey, welcome to another vlog. I didn't want this footage to go to waste, I guess, but I have been filming even though I haven't had time to edit, and I finally have time to edit all of the things that's happened between February and now. So I hope you're ready for a slow and steady stream of vlogs coming to you. It was so cold because it was a blizzard that day, and my basement only has a space heater. So to get me motivated enough to work, I brought up enough stuff to work on these nautical themed dice mugs. Since I had a show coming up and I was, maybe a little bit procrastinating, but that's okay. Everything got there and the show was great. I'll talk more about that later in a different vlog. But these nautical mugs were just kind of like a spur of the moment idea, and I'm really, really happy with how they came out. So speaking of the show in Minnesota, the gallery is called Northern Clay Center. That's what mostly this vlog is about. I ended up getting stuff out of the kiln, photographing it, and the big most important thing is packaging and mailing 20-ish mugs. I think it was 19. But 19 mugs, and how did I end up packaging all of that? So I feel like that's super useful. Hopefully, if there's anyone else out there wholesaling ceramics, or if you have to pack up a really big order, this information can be kind of handy. And I have a lot of different results to show too, so enjoy the rest of the vlog. It's been a minute since I last turned on the camera. Welcome to another vlog. It's February. I have a luster fire going on right now, and it's all the things that are going to Minnesota for Northern Clay Center's show. I am really excited. I can show you some of the ones that I brought upstairs because while the luster fire is going, I want to get my photography station back up and running, and I need to finish my bullet journal setup because I really want to map out my year, and I've done it kind of mentally, but I haven't really put it to paper because I've just been procrastinating on it. I am almost caught up on all the things that make me feel like I'm behind, so that's really cool. Also, I bought some Dunkaroos. I don't know what happened to them and why they stopped being made, but I'm gonna snack on these while I work on my bullet journal. I got some lovely peach tea. Thanks to one of my patrons. Where is it? Oh, right here. So this brand of tea, they sent this over to me knowing that my island has peaches for Animal Crossing, and I really liked it. So I found it again at my local Asian market. Okay, so really quick, here are the mugs. So for these, I used a stamp that I carved, and they all say seize the day, because puns, why not? And I really wanted to do mother of pearl luster on them, but they didn't quite fit in the kiln, and it's not entirely necessary, whereas some of my other designs are planned to specifically have luster. So I figured for this batch I won't luster them, but probably next time I make them I probably will. Beautiful. And I had one more that had a glaze flaw. I think I showed you all of them. Did I show you this one? I had one other one that had a glaze flaw right on the rim. So I didn't glaze that one because I was tired, and I was just like, I'll save this for a test because it's no good. This one, strong keyleth vibes. And I also was thinking about lustering this one, but then I realized that I didn't put glaze on the flowers. I did on the antlers, and I did on the underside because I was thinking on this one to put like gold lines on the underside of these mushrooms. But once again, I was getting a little tired. But I really love the gold and like the whole sunflower theme. If I were to make this keyleth though, I would add a goldfish and make the bottom say, "We're basically gods." Because that's like the best line. If you know, you know. And here's another one. Another mushroomy one. I'm a little bit disappointed at this green glaze. It's dark green by Amico. I mean, I'm not entirely too surprised that it came out as muddy as it did. But I think because I dip this whole thing in a root beer glaze and then I wipe away. So that way it highlights some texture, does some really fun stuff. And normally with the other greens that I use, it's okay. I think next time I want a darker moss, I'll cover it in a clear glaze, because the clear glaze, I don't want to say cancels out the root beer, but it does make the root beer less. Good morning. It's Monday and I need to still photograph my work. I set up a blue paper. It's just like a poster board paper, and it's being held in place by my Marcelin frame. So very jerry-rigged, but it'll be out of frame anyways. So I have to photograph things as quickly as I can. The luster firing is cooling down. I brought up two things. They're still warm. They were too hot to hold, and I was like, why did I decide to still carry them? But this one's a trade that I'm doing with Smoking Glue Guns. Her name's Whitney. And I'm really excited. Look, I put white gold on her glasses. Like, this is her logo, but also it's like a caricature of her. And it's so cute. Yeah, and I went with white gold because I thought it matched like the aesthetic better. I hope she likes this lime green. I thought it was really fun, even though like we both agree that purple is the best color. Like, we both love purple. And it has a little pocket for a dice. Ooh, let's try it. And it probably will fit like a bigger die too. Just a little. Ooh, I got a nat 20 on my little roll. Ta-da! Anyways, yeah, so I made this one. And I brought up good old standby, this guy. So when the gallery asked like what mugs, or like asked me to be a part of it, they were like, this mug and the woodland ones. So I made those, and then the nautical ones that are new. But yeah. My luster fire is finally cool enough, or at least the first layer was. Oh my god, look at this. I hope they love it. I hope they love it. I love it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I was so nervous about how this mug was gonna come out from start to finish, and I was just like, I vaguely see the idea, and I described it to them, and they're like, yeah,
And I'm like, cool. And look at the bottom. And when I posted this like in process on TikTok, I was like, yeah, it reminds me of Kirby. Kirby Dreamland. So like maybe I'll do like a Dreamland inspired collection, which is basically just like this mug but in like different colors. I'm obsessed. And it's with underglaze. It's so pretty. It's so cute. It's so like perfectly like the round shape that I wanted. I love it when like what you envision actually turns out how you want. Okay, I am on my third setup. I'm doing moss. I'll put pictures. I did like nautical setup, and then I did like dice, which is the majority of the stuff because I didn't feel like moving things. And then I am now doing the moss, and I think I started taking pictures at around 11:30. So not bad. I'm almost done. I have 3 that I want to do with this background, and I might do the other ones just in case. Almost done. Okay, so finished photographing. I started to pack things. This is a 10 by 10 by 10 box from a mug that I ordered from my friend. And only 3 mugs fit in it once they're wrapped, and they're not even wrapped particularly well. So I was like, pretty sure I have 16 by 16 boxes, and I found them. I have 2. So now I can put a 12, 12, 12 box inside the 16, 16, 16 box. And I have to figure out how am I gonna wrap all the individuals. I have this giant pile of shipping material from my friends who have received packages, and they're like, hey, do you want this extra stuff? And I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll use it. So it's definitely like a puzzle. I'll probably time lapse this and we'll hopefully figure it out.
All right, so I'm gonna try my best to explain how I ended up packaging all of these mugs. In total, it was 3 boxes. And the first thing I did was figure out the 12 by 12 by 12 boxes. And the reason they're going into a 16, 16, 16 box is because I wanted 2 inches of space between the outside box and the inside box. So if you do the math, the 12 by 12 by 12 box inside a 16, 16, 16 box allows for 2 inches of cushion between outside box and inside box. And what I ended up doing, I used Rand Pack and whatever leftover smaller bubble wrap to wrap each mug individually. Then I used chipboard and or cardboard as dividers in between the mugs. So that way, even if the Rand Pack wasn't as secure as I could possibly make it, or with the bubble wrap or whatever, I knew that they wouldn't clink against each other directly because I had these pieces that you can see me cutting here. So I cut them so that they can make like a little leaf sort of thing. And that was the dividers between all the mugs. Once I figured that part out, it was basically just a matter of getting enough packaging to fill in all the void space. Basically what you want to do when you're packaging fragile things is you do want that 2 inches of space minimum between the object and the outside wall. and you want to make sure that nothing moves. And if you have packaging that if it gets wet and it shrinks, or if it's pressed on, does it deflate at all? Is it something that can pop? These are all things that you want to think about as it's being jostled around on its journey. So yeah.
Okay, this is where we're at. I stopped for lunch, and then I was just like, oh wait, I need to start making a inventory sheet and pricing, so I had to stop and do that. But I have everything packed in. Not everything. This is box 1. There's 8 mugs in here. I have some bubble wrap, and then I'm using the cornstarch peanuts around. So then I'm going to top it off with more packing peanuts, more bubble wrap. Close this bad boy up, and that'll be the first box. And I'll do one more box just like it. Yeah, I think it might be 3 boxes. I'm not sure yet, but we'll find out. Because the other mugs are smaller, so I might be able to fit more. Alright, here's the second box. Gonna be 3 boxes because I have those 3 mugs left. I'll put this on top, seal it, and put it in that big box. Almost done. This is gonna seem kind of silly, but I sat on the other box just to be like, to feel confident in it. And these boxes, they say what they're rated for. I don't think I packed it tight enough, but I think it should be okay. It is double boxed. There's a lot of stuffing in there. Like nothing popped. I was still able to sit on it, put it this way. I was still able to sit on it and I didn't crush it. So it's good. But I could pack it a little bit firmer is, I guess, the conclusion of that test. I'm still gonna write fragile on the box. I usually don't because I'm a little bit paranoid that like, if it says that, they treat it worse. But since these are bigger boxes and bigger boxes are normally on the bottom, I figured, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I'm assuming that when they work at whatever shipping place that they work at, that they don't pile more than the boxes typically can handle. So yeah. Also, the physics of a person versus another box on top is definitely pretty different. But yeah. And what I'm doing, this tape is pretty good, but I'm gonna do one across this way, and then I'm gonna do 2 more this way. So it's kind of like it's braided a little bit. Not sure if that helps, but makes me feel more comfortable. All right, beautiful. Okay, now I need to pack up the last 3, and that'll be easy because I've done that a million times. Okay. Good morning. So today is February 9th, Wednesday. I did make it in time to UPS. Dropped everything off. I ended up parking in front of a giant puddle, so I had super wet socks and one of my boxes like fell out of my car into the puddle. Fingers crossed it's doing okay. Yeah, so hopefully the packages get there tomorrow like they're supposed to. I'm almost like too nervous to like even look at the tracking, but anyways. Yeah, so I have yet to put together my February bullet journal thingy, my layout for February, and I didn't do this week's spread. I did last week, even though it was like all February. It wasn't even like, see? Even though I haven't done the monthly yet, that's fine. I kind of wanted to try out my monthly for January, even though it's like past January. I did this Monday night after I got back, just to like see how it would look in this bullet journal, to get an idea of spacing, because this one's a little bit bigger than my other ones, and just to get a feel for like how do I want to lay things out this year. So that was really fun. But yeah, now I'm going to make an actual functional one, not just for aesthetic. I do love doing this, but it also helps me to focus on the month ahead and really think and plan out what's gonna happen, even if I don't actually do those plans. It's still good to have something to try for, basically. And February is my birthday month, so I decided to go with a Sailor Moon theme. I don't always really do themes per se, but I printed these out. They're just some images and screen caps that I found on the internet. Spent like 10 minutes getting some images, and yeah, I thought they'd be super cute to just like paste in here alongside my spreads and things. So I'm gonna work on that.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit about this spread before this vlog ends, because I think it still might be my favorite other than March. For March I did Bulbasaur. I still love it very much, but I think it was mostly inspired by how well this one came out, and I really love it. I really love the cityscapes of Sailor Moon. I think the aesthetic is definitely something that I love the most. It's all of the colors that I love, and I don't know if it gets the attention that I think it deserves. I mean, maybe one day I'd be able to make a line of mugs sort of inspired by that. I think it'd be really fun. I'd have to figure out how to get those colors right on pottery, because magenta is a tricky color to sort of capture in pottery. But anyways, the other thing I wanted to point out about this bullet journal spread are these like washi stickers. I found them on Amazon. I'll post a link to them, but they're like the perfect little size to just take up space, and they're just random images within a certain color palette, and I have been loving placing those in any space that I'm like, you know what, let's just fill it with a washi sticker. So I'll link those below, because they've become one of my favorite bullet journaling items, and they're just really fun and really cute. Anyways, I think this was also the first time that I doodled a lot more with colored pencils. So this was a really fun spread, and I hope you like it. That's it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, stay awesome.